Yo guys, welcome back to another video. And yeah, as you can see, we did manage to get like 1.1 trillion for this traits enabled strat. And yeah, the team we are using is this team. So yeah, look, we got Graceful Pilot, Envoy of Destruction, Cursed Lawyer, Apathetic Savior, Cursed Copycat, and Alucard. So in terms of what we are running on them, let me just place them here. So there you go. Look, let me show you what I'm using. So for Graceful Pilot, I'm using a Burb with her own memorial with a Deadeye. Then for Finon, I am using this Burb right here with his own memorial with Deadeye. And then for Curse Lawyer, I am running a Fu with his own memorial with Marksman does not really matter. His trait does not matter, so just his own memorial. Then for Apathetic Savior, I am running a Burb right here with, of course, his own memorial with a Deadeye. And Demon Familiar, I am running what's it again? A Chosen Savior. You can see he's got these four passives. You guys should know this by now. And let's see, the rest of the team is so yeah, Utah is this Burb right here with his own memorial with Deadeye. And then Alucard, of course, with his own Vanguard Familiar, and of course Enthusiast Walk, and then Jack of All. Does not really matter the trait what it is. The trait does not matter at all. You could probably give Deadeye or Divinity as well. I guess Divinity would help you because you'll get more damage. So yeah, you might as well use Divinity. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the team setup. Let's just get into the actual run. And yeah, you can see I basically got 1.1 trillion. Of course, it does not say it, but on the end screen it just show up 1.1 trillion. But yeah, this should be what you guys should be running for now. I'll try and make a better strat for this soon, but I will be working towards traitless maybe tomorrow. But yeah, let's go. Okay, so this tournament should not be too hard to follow. A lot of it is pretty self-explanatory. But first things you want to do is make sure you place 3 units on the edge of the map. So one being your Finon, because if he does attack enemies, he does lose his stacks. And then you have a Graceful Pilot, you're giving that buff from the extra, was it, range and damage and the SPA. So it gives Finon 3 stacks as well. And then you have of course your Higuruma next to your Finon as well. So 3 units, your Curse Lawyer, Pilot, and your Finon on the edge of the map. And then you place Utah and your 2 Curse Lawyers next to him. And for Utah, you're going to have 2 Passion attacks and 3 Unbound attacks. So you're using Alucard as your Unbound slot. Because as you guys do know, he has a cheap full AoE, which has a quick animation time. So it means you can get a lot of damage from Utah. Utah's doing the most damage in this team. And then Finon does the second most damage. But it's like quite close between the two. So yeah, now once you have all your attacks copied by Utah, you make sure you turn auto on for the full AoE attack, and you can just leave him on auto upgrade, and he should be doing a lot of the work. But you make sure he has your targeting for Utah to be set to last. So of course your Rika, I don't know her actual in-game name, but yeah, you know the placement that places with him. Of course, it attacks in a cone AoE, and it targets the last enemy, and it hits a lot more enemies this way. But yeah, here pretty much you're just AFK, you know. There's not much active play in this tournament. I guess there is a bit later on, but it's not really that hard. Here I'm just making sure that I don't even know why I'm putting him in Utah's range, doesn't really matter. Or he can be on the edge of the map as well. He can be anywhere. Because we're just gonna leave Crescendo on auto. If you guys want to manually do Marketo, you can of course use 4 oracles as well. And if you time the oracles correctly, you can pretty much get like your Utah cleansed, like not consistently, but like get some like extra damage from Utah as well. So if you want to optimize this fully, you want to make sure you do Marketo fully manually. But leaving him on auto crescendo is just much easier to manage because when you do use your Graceful Pilot transformation, it's just a lot easier to do. But you did see that before we placed that Alucard back there for an upgrade 5. She's just there to remove the shields off the enemy. Once those enemies lose the shields, your envoy of destruction should just kill them all. And your next unit, once your envoy of destruction is maxed, you're gonna be auto upgrading your graceful pilot. And yeah, once she is maxed, it's gonna be your Alucards and then your two cursed lawyers that are nearby. So yeah, for graceful pilot, you're gonna be using her Mecha Assault ability and just making sure you're hitting the enemy spawn, so you're taking their shields off as soon as possible. And yeah, once the bosses do spawn, you can follow the bosses. Naruto boss I do follow, but you don't really need to follow him because he dies very quickly. But the Minato boss is the one you have to follow. And yeah, at this point you can just auto upgrade all your Alucards and they'll just get maxed eventually. You're going to be using your Alucard ability as well just so he has a lower SPA. Just so you can get some more attacks in. And yeah, you can see this Naruto boss dies very, very quickly. So yeah, he's quick to die. And now we can just go back to the enemy spawn and just keep hitting the enemies that are spawning in. And yeah, once the boss does spawn in, we just follow the boss. And yeah, as soon as this boss spawns, you just want to be following him, and yeah, you will just do as much damage as you can. So yeah, you can see Minato did spawn in, you just want to be following him as much as you can, using your shift as well, just so you use increase your speed as well, because the more speed you have, the more damage you do with your M1s. But yeah, you can see he is killed at this point, so yeah, now, since he's this low, you can just focus the other enemies that are spawning in behind. Because these are the ones that will be, of course, technically killing you, because they're going to be hitting your base, getting you down to 1 life stock. And finally we'll rewind them. So now I turn enemy lock on and I just focus the enemies at the very front. And yeah, once you hit when you hit 0 stocks, your final will set you to 1 stock and rewind you. As you can see, enemies are getting rewinded. So yeah, here we're gonna be keep following, and yeah, once the rewind does stop, we're gonna be turning off our enemy lock and making sure we place our apathetic savior at the back. So you'll see right here, I turn auto lock off. I sell my fine on and place him back here, and I max him out and use his ability. This way, he should be dealing with as many enemies as he can that is nearby him. I guess ideally you want to be setting your apathetic savior to last. I forgot to do that. So you set your apathetic savior to last, and that way you should get a lot more damage. And here you're going to be just running into enemies with your shift boost and just attacking as many enemies as you can. So if I set my apathetic savior to last, he would have done a lot more damage, which is something I completely forgot to do. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the strat. So if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next video. Peace.